Hello everybody, and welcome back to Pokemon White. So, in the last part, we chased after, and captured the legendary Thunderous. And we started going through the very last route that we're gonna be going through if we want to make it to the Unova League. And now, as soon as we cross now, just right before we cross this bridge, guess who is stopping us yet again? Yep, it's Cheren again. But it's not just him, but it's also Bianca as well. Drayden and Professor Juniper told me, you're heading for the Pokemon League, right? Where do you think this route leads off to? Since it's older, Sensei is the champion, I think it'll be alright. Yeah, you just hold your breath on that. Worst case scenario, you'll be battling Team Plasma's boss, N. You mean again? Yeah, I need to know if you can handle it. And you know how we're gonna handle it? It's by once again having ourselves yet another battle with Cheren. Now, the only major difference with him this time is that his starter has now also fully evolved now. But anyways, now starting off with his Unpheasant, it has Detect, Taunt, Air Slash, and Razor Wind. And just like before, it is now, before, it is holding the Scope Lens. Then as for his starter, starter Pokemon, now first off with his Emboar, it has Takedown, Heat Crash, Assurance, and Flamethrower. Then as for his superior, it will have Slam, Leaf Blade, Coil, and a Giga Drain. But since we're actually finding the Samurott, yeah, the very first one we've seen. But anyways, everyone, now for his Samurott, it has Aqua Jet, Slash, Encore, and Aqua Tail. And then, and also, just like before, his starter was holding the leftovers item, so of course it'll get its health back over time. And damn, man, why is the striker just KO'd that freaking Samurott? Jeez. But anyways, everyone. Now as for his Slipert, it has Assurance, Slash, Taunt, and Night Slash. And just like before as well, it is holding the Citrus Berry. And then lastly, as for his monkeys, all three of them have the exact same moveset as last time, and they of course are also holding the exact same held items. Yeah, then of course being the Charcoal, Mystic Water, and the Miracle Seed. So yeah, like I said, the only major difference with Cheren this time is that it is only that his starter has also fully evolved now. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised that Surf did not KO that Simisear. But honestly, it's not too bad, considering that since it's only utilizing full Lane Burst. Anyways, and with that, Cheren is defeated again. Alright, we're done with that shit again. Yep, you are something else. And I mean that sincerely. Yeah. Right. Now I have to make your Pokemon healthy. Well, you don't really have to, but I really appreciate it anyway. Right now, there's no way I can compete with you, Ditto. if there is anything I can do to help in the battle in the battle event, I just say so. Ditto? Yeah, what is it, Bianca? There's not much I can do to help you, but I want to show you to have these. Oh, she gives us some extra vibes, eh? I will gladly accept that, actually. Yeah, we may need it in our battle against Zen. Funny? Funny? At a time like this? Come on, Cheren! Could you smile just for once? I had taken everything so seriously all the time. Is it going to change anything? You know, since we've made our Pokemon and walked the same roads together, a lot has happened. Yeah, well, more so with me, really. We've all changed a lot. We found out that the things we want to do and the things we can do are different from each of us, right? Well, more so Bianca than Cheren. Well, at this moment, anyway. That's what made our journey so worth it. Somehow, all this it just makes me happy. So, that's what you mean. You are right that we're all different, and we should do other things that we can do. But there are as many truths and ideals as there are people and Pokemon. You mean like more than like 1,000? The most important thing is that if we help out another out. That's why people in Pokemon are always by each other's side. Yep, always. That's what I've come to think lately. Ditto. Ditto. If anything happens to you or Alder, now I will do anything I can to help you. Yeah, I bet you will. That's why I have to keep training and getting stronger. Just don't be reckless, okay? So, is that what you'll be doing this entire time? Just being reckless? He's gone. Yep. Ditto? Yeah, we already know my name. Me too. I'll do my best to help out if I can. So, I wish I could say something like totally inspiring. It's so inspiring, you know? Yeah, but so you really can't think of anything. Okay. Best foot forward. Yeah, best foot forward. Yeah, let's just see how long that can last. But anyways, since I'm not gonna be going into that dark grass, I need to get my max spells on. Let's go. And okay, now let's see if I can have the Pokemon actually want to spawn from this. Oh, here we go. Now here's where we get our first appearance of the evolution of fungus, Amoongus. Yeah, as you can see, Amoongus essentially grows mushrooms as as arms. Yeah. They are also shaped like Pokeballs as well too. Although, however, that would seem more confusing than just this. I would not be fooled by that more than just one Pokeball, because at least losing just one Pokeball on the ground makes sense. But 3 in the same place? Yeah, but three Pokeballs in one place? Yeah, I don't know if you really want to buy that. But anyways, as for Amoongus, yeah, it is also one of those Pokemon I don't really consider utilizing myself that much either. Yeah, considering that I usually find Fungus much more later on, and it's more so after I already have a full team all fully set for. So that's why I never really bothered to utilize Amoongus. And also, as you can see, yep, here's where I'm finally gonna have a move where I can finally get fully good use out of Toad's Poison Touch. That being a Drain Punch. Yeah, now with this move, not only can I have my Toad get its own health back, but I can now hope for that the Poison Touch ability actually gets activated from it. Yeah, which means that I can not only restore my own Pokemon's health, but I can also get them poisoned. I can also get them poisoned at the same time. But Poison Touch is very luck based. So yeah, I still have to get very darn lucky if I want to be able to get full good use out of it. Yeah. But anyways, now back to Amoongus. Now the only major appearances that Amoongus really got was of course around the end of the after the end of the Unova League. Yeah, it was when they revealed Jesse and James got a brand new Pokemon during their time off screen. James got himself the Amoongus. And it definitely had he definitely got fully good use out of that Stun Spore move. Stun Spore move that it had. But then when it got brought back for Journeys, yeah, I'm pretty sure it got rid of Stun Spore in replacement of Spore. Yeah, and I get why. Yeah, considering that mushroom Pokemon tend to utilize spores more often than Stun Spore all the time. Yeah, I get why they chose to do that, but I'm like, really? But anyways, everyone, as you can see, yeah, now we got ourselves a Dusk Stone. Now, if we just so happen to have, if you manage to keep, as he says right here, if you just so happen to keep the Lampent that you got from a Litwick back in a Celestial Tower, now with that Dusk Stone, now you can finally evolve now you can finally evolve that Lampent. So, yeah, you're like, finally. Oh, hello. Yeah, that's right, everyone. Now here's where we're getting introduced to the evolution of Dealing, Sawsbuck. Yeah, now, of course, this form of Sawsbuck is what you're seeing right now. Is of course the Autumn form of Sawsbuck. Yeah, as you can see, the leaves on its horns are more downward. It's because consider that during it's more so because during the autumn, leaves do tend to fall off during that time. So that's why the leaves on the autumn form of Sawsbuck's horns Yeah, they look like they're about to fall off. Hello, too. Yeah, that's right. Now here's where we're also gonna get introduced to the evolution of Frillish. Jellicent! Yeah, and of course this right here is the female female version of Jellicent, looks like. Yeah, that Jellicent really likes to put on that little, like, happy face of it. Yeah, that Jellicent really likes to put on that happy face. That's guy right there. But, yeah, but more so, it'll make you think it'll make you believe that. Excuse me. Yeah, but I'll make you think that. Yeah, you're not really gonna. That it really doesn't make it look like you're gonna get in any sort of danger. But then that Jellicent, it'll probably just strangle you. It'll probably strangle you with those tentacles. But anyways, now as for Saucebach, yeah, just like what I said for dealing, yeah, I don't really utilize that much. And as for during its time in the anime, it also doesn't get that many appearances. Yeah, the only major appearance that Saucebach really got was it a debut? Was it some debut appearance where it was utilized by Silent's rival from Burgundy. And then the other major appearance that Saucebach really got was during that for one episode where a photographer wanted to get his own picture of all 4 seasons of Saucebach. All together, together in one place. Yeah, in the exact same spot where his grandfather actually took his very own picture of those 4. So yeah. But anyways, oh hello. Yeah, now he's wearing the shell of a Shelmet. Shell actually got transferred to the evolution of Carablast, Escavalier. Now if Carablast, if you did not require a trade in order for you to get Escavalier and Excelgor, I probably would have considered utilizing this. I would utilize an Escavalier for myself. But unfortunately, that is not going to be the case. Because like I said before, you need to trade Shelmet and Carablast in order for you to evolve both of them. Yeah. But anyways, now we are reached a point where we are going to be entering the badge check gate. Now you may be thinking, yeah, I am going to be ending off this part right now, but I'm not going to do that just yet. But instead, what I'm actually going to do is once again go back to Nimbasa City so I can get some training in. Because I may need it for. Because, yeah, I'm definitely going to need all the training I can get for not only the Victory Road, but also the Leaf Four as well. But anyways, now going back to what I said about Saucebach. Yeah, those two things that I just mentioned. Yeah, and I said that's the only major time that we ever really got to see Saucebach really. Now what you're seeing here on the smoke horde. Yeah, now we got something extra athlete now. Yeah, well, an extra player who's now ready to battle us now. Now they keep on adding in more players, for us to battle against. So that you can at least get yourself more prepped up for the GE Unified League. But as everyone, now it's also seen as well Yeah, now at this point in the game, yeah, now all of their Pokemon are at least gonna be in their 40s. So at the very least, you can at least get some more decent, so that you can at least get some more decent experience in, before you even think about taking on the MG Unova League. So yeah, definitely utilize this time for you to get yourself prepped up before you even think about entering the MG Unova League. But anyways, I want now as for Jellicent. Now, the only major appearance that I've seen from Jellicent in the anime were its debut appearance of Jellicent was where it was actually utilized by a poacher who wanted to get his hands on a Pokemon that we've not seen yet, which is why I won't spoil it yet. But anyways, now it made us believe that he actually originally he only utilized one Jellicent. But it turned out that he actually had two Jellicents. Yeah. And he actually said a line that he said, you had to beat my Jellicent. I never said that I only had one. Yeah, and he actually utilized both forms of Jellicent. Yeah, and then the other major appearance of Jellicent that we got in the anime was Cameron's gym battle against Marlin. Where he started off the battle with where Marlin started off the battle with his Jellicent, and he was able to activate its special it was able to activate its special ability, a cursed body before it was defeated. And then now I'm not sure if this one counts as really all that major. But the two Jellicents that we saw that were with the Lapras, in Horizons. Yeah, I'm not sure if that really counts as anything major or not. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, Jellicent also doesn't get that much. Yeah, Jellicent also doesn't get that much attention, and yeah, Jellicent also doesn't get that much attention in the anime either. And then, as for Escavalier, yeah, like I said previously, yeah, one of the major appearances of Escavalier was, of course, the one that Bianca got. And then the other major appearance of Escavalier that we got was during Pokemon Journeys, where the Kalos Elite Four member Wickstorm Wickstrom. Now he actually got to utilize Escavalier up against another Elite Four member Asna. Yeah, and I want to say that is really the only major appearances of Escavalier that we really got. Yeah, I really wish Escavalier was utilized more. Yeah, Escavalier was definitely one of the Pokemon where I really wish that it got more screen time in the anime. Yeah, I just really wish for that, honestly. Yeah, Escavalier really deserves more screen time than it really got. Yeah, and the same also goes for Excelgor too. Yeah, and the same also goes for plenty of Pokemon that don't get that much screen time in the anime. But I won't get into too much. But I won't get into much into that, considering that I've already explained my complaint about that. My complaint about that previously. Anyways, with that said, I think that shall be enough training for now. Now it's gonna get filled up. Then we're gonna hand this off to the league. Whoa, not just bonus yet. Anyway, yeah. We still have to go through the badge check gates. Oh yeah, and I guess I should say this. Before I start off the next part where I'm gonna be going for that badge check gate. It is actually the only one of the few times in the whole entire Pokemon franchise where the music actually gets more intense as you actually go through an area. Yeah, but you'll see what that is like. Started with the next part. Okay, now to the next part. I'll see you guys next time.